Cris Aceto crava e diz que já acabou com 2 hegemonias no fisiculturismo e junto com o Ramon vai acabar com o reinado do Cbum.
You know, and that's one. So anything can happen, right? And then two, you mentioned, I'll give you my Ramon spiel. It's like you. It's the long. You can't win every show, and it's the long run.
How many times has he been second to Chris now?
2. If the story is like, I helped him for his first pro show, and reminds me of you a lot in some ways. And he went to Spain during like COVID, and I was telling people this guy is gonna like be really good. This guy's gonna be really good. And he went to Spain during COVID, and there were like 60 guys in the show, and for some reason they announced, oh, we're going to take top 2 to the Olympia. I'm like, well, that's a relief, And I was telling like people like Eduardo Correa, like, he can win. Nobody knew who he was, and I mean, outside of Brazil fans. And he went to the show, and like the scorecards come back, he won by a point. And if you look at the scorecards, he was like in third. He got second by the skin of his teeth. And then, he went to the Olympia, very, very inexperienced. Had the body, but I just not experienced on stage. I mean, one pro show, and he ended up getting 5th, and then went to the Arnold, got 2nd. Then he went to the Olympia, got 2nd. Went to the Arnold, went to the Olympia, got 2nd. Of course, went to the Arnold this year, got 2nd. And now here he is again. But as long as there's no nerves or no anxiety or no worries, because if someone's put in the work, they put in the work. After that, let the chips fall. It's...
Is this his best?
Yeah.
Is Chris beatable?
Yes. Yes, this is his best, and yes, Chris is beatable. Yes to both. All you Brazilian fans. So, I'm happy with the way he looks. He's happy with the way he looks. I'm excited to see how it pans out on stage, and it's a competition.
What do you think?
Ele também comentou sobre a derrota do Ramon para o Wesley Vissers no Arnold Classic Ohio no começo do ano.
About the Wesley Vissers hype.
I think he's really good. I gotta see him on stage again. I never saw him on stage. I wasn't there for the Arnold.
You didn't stay.
No. It was a 6-week prep for. I think Wesley from what I saw, looked tremendous. But what I will say about Ramon is he prepped for 6 weeks. That's on him. I let people do their own stuff. And I
remember you calling me, being like, "Dude, he hasn't even called me yet."
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, he was committed to the show, and so I let people do their own thing, because you got to learn your own lessons, and and my mother passed away, so I had to leave like on Wednesday, lost by a point.
if you were there, he would have won, right?
One more point. I mean, I was like,
He left in hands that.
Well, just I mean, I know, one thing I don't do is panic, even when someone should panic. There's a solution to something.
Yeah.
And, I think he was like too flat in prejudging, when I watched the video, and he probably knew it, because he didn't have any presence, like he should be there. Like, I'm the winner. This is, I'm going for number 2. Jay Cutler's going for number 2 for the Arnold.
Yeah.
And he didn't have that. So he might've known that. I don't know if it was that or because I wasn't there, because I've been there for like every show. So, but I think they're big shows, but I think I distance myself really well. Like, I'm helping people, but I distance myself, not emotionally caught into the show, which I think...
Which is experience.
It's experience, and it's a really good position to be in, because you can make judgments rather than react. So, you know, and you know me, today's what, Thursday? The show's miles away. I mean, if Sean Roden can go from like great to terrible to great in 3 hours, it can happen in, there's like 400 hours or whatever it is to the show.
Talk a little bit about what's Andrew Jack's real name. Do you know what?
Quem também teve uma evolução absurda para esse Mr. Olympia, o Rafael Brandao, que demonstra ter evoluído muito desde o Arnold Classic Brasil. Ele que é um dos favoritos a ser top 5 nesse Olympia, e é o que ele busca e que ele tem de plano para a carreira dele. E também com tudo isso, ele está tirando a maior onda com seu coach, Neil Yoda. Então por hoje é isso, pessoal. Não se esqueça de se inscrever no canal e de deixar o seu like, e muito obrigado.